Hello and welcome to It's Tomorrow News, and I am Hena Talati. Flash flooding caused by the remnants of Hurricane Ida killed at least 60 people in the New York area overnight into Thursday, including several who perished in basements during the historic weather event officials blamed on climate change. Record rainfall, which prompted an unprecedented flash flood emergency warning for the New York City, turned streets into rivers and shut down subway services as water cascaded down the platforms onto the tracks. Hurricane Ida pummeled through at least 4 states in the northeast United States over the past day, triggering torrential rains and flash floods that swept away cars, submerged subway lines, and grounded airline flights from Virginia to New England. Large swaths of the affected region still remain waterlogged as officials struggle to provide an exact rundown of the situation. Hurricane Ida, one of the most powerful hurricanes ever to strike the US Gulf Coast, made landfall on Sunday in Louisiana, destroying entire communities. Subway service in the New York City remained extremely limited, transit officials said, and the commuter rail services to the suburbs were largely suspended. About 370 flights were cancelled at New Jersey's Newark Liberty Airport. Emergencies were declared for the New York State, New York City, and New Jersey. The governors of the respective states have urged residents to stay home as crews work to clear roadways and restore services to subways and commuter rail lines serving millions of the residents. In New York City alone, emergency responders have rescued hundreds of the people from vehicles on the flooded roads and hundreds of others from the submerged subway lines. Roadways were transformed into the river-like torrents in minutes as the downpour struck on Wednesday night, trapping drivers in quickly rising floodwaters. In New York, nearly 500 vehicles were abandoned on flooded highways, garbage bobbed in the streaming streets, and water cascaded into cities' subway tunnels, trapping at least 17 trains and disrupting service all day. Meanwhile, the National Weather Service said that 2 tree-snapping tornadoes struck Maryland on Wednesday, one in Annapolis and another in Baltimore. A 19-year-old was reported to have died after trying to rescue his mother from the flooded apartment in Rockwell, reported the Washington Post. Officials said at least 5 people died in Pennsylvania, including one killed by the falling tree and another who drowned in his car after helping his wife to escape. In Conshohocken, Pennsylvania, outside Philadelphia, the Schuylkill River flooded hotels, warehouses, and condominiums that lined the river. Emergency squads were reported to be waiting for the waters to recede before starting the evacuation of possibly hundreds of the people who live in the nearby apartments. The National Weather Service warned the threat of tornadoes would linger, with tornado watches in effect for parts of the southern Connecticut, northern New Jersey, and southern New York as Ida tracked north through New England. The National Weather Service issued its first flash flood emergency ever for the city, and in Central Park, 3.2 inches of the rain fell in an hour, setting a record. Newark, New Jersey matched it, getting 3.2 inches of rain in an hour. Wednesday was the wettest day on the record in Newark, with total rainfall of 8.4 inches. New York City, 7.1 inches of rain was its 5th wettest day. Both cities experienced 1 in 500-year rainfall events. The result was one of the deadliest and most destructive flash flood events to hit the tri-state area. 9 of the top 10 years for extreme one-day precipitation events have been since 1996, according to the Environmental Protection Agency's Heavy Precipitation Tracker. As we start this new month of September, it gives us immense gratification to announce that Nanoland has organized an international webinar on 21st September to commemorate Zero Emissions Day. Let us all join this great event to learn from our dignitaries from across the world to put a cap on our emissions to mitigate climate change. Get yourself registered for the event. The link is in the description. Can't wait to see you all there. That's all for now. For more news updates, stay tuned with us. It's Tomorrow News Hena Talati. For more weather updates like this, and please subscribe our channel.